Slacktail Squad, assemble.
I will now talk about how I am going to kill Steven. See, every podcast, Steven decides to make a lot of noise. Steven coughed during the intro, which means I'm going to have to edit it out. Steven, do you know that people have misophonia? Do you know that?
Myself.
No, it was not muted, you fucking moron.
Is it muted now?
No, it's
No.
not muted now.
Okay, hold on. Then something's wrong because
That's what it is.
Your mic
his
is
mic
coming
is
through
coming
your
from his
mic
computer.
not the fucking microphone.
Idiot. You're a
Rookie.
fucking moron.
You're not even a professional podcaster.
Oh, guys, can I be in your podcast, please? I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. You don't fucking
Now
know what
he
you're
has
doing.
no
You
fucking
don't fucking
sound.
know what you're
no,
doing.
It's not my fault that StreamYard.
It's
switched
not
my
my
mic over.
fault that I
yes,
don't.
it is,
We all
Bobby.
check our settings, but you're stupid and don't check yours.
Yeah, well, there's another one to edit out.
Yeah, it is Tobby. It's definitely your fault, Tobby.
It was my fault, but it was not intentionally my fault.
You're a fucking moron. Let me tell you that people have misophonia. You know what that means?
No,
No,
I'm
They
not a
first of all-
fucking
don't like
medical
sound.
doctor.
They like get annoyed by the sounds of mouth noises and extraneous noises.
Do you know that there
Your
are
wet mouth
professional
noises
pods?
didn't scare them away.
No, that actually got edited out by the software. You could not hear it.
Yeah, see?
Let me tell you something about misophonia. That is extremely important when you're a podcaster, broadcaster, whatever. If there are people that don't want to hear your nasty body noises, they will write into your program and be like, yeah, I like your program, but this asshole decided he was going to belch all the time, cough all the time, sniff all the time.
Chew
all this shit
gum.
that you do.
The people
That's
who
why
chew
I take
gum.
it. That's why I take it out, Swan. I
Oh.
will leave it in where I'm yelling at Steven, but I take it out because it's disgusting. People with misophonia,
I
they
don't
want
mean
fucking hear
to.
it.
I will do
Shut
better.
your goddamn hole.
Wait,
Shut
I have
your
a
fucking
question.
pie hole.
I have a question. Is that worse than filler words like and like and whatever? Or
Yes.
that's worse.
You are someone who has, I don't want to hear someone's wet, nasty fucking belch in a fucking broadcast.
But you also don't want to hear them say and like and whatever. So which
Yeah,
one's
it's not,
worse?
I fucking just told you which one's worse.
For you, but not for everybody.
Weren't you asking me?
I was asking you particularly.
Okay,
but
then
then as a
why is my
professional
answer-
broadcaster, which one's worse?
Why? I just told you that body. Yes, absolutely. That's fucking worse.
Absolutely. Okay. Anyway,
Are you going to are you going to listen to what I said now?
perhaps
All right. If you're listening to this,
you're a member of.
you remember the Great
Nation.
Slaptail Nation, my nation, and who am I? I'm the Beaveman. I'm a little bit irate right now. I'm so mad.
You sound depressed.
I'm so
actually.
mad. If you shut the oh
How
my
about, how
god!
about interrupting? Where does that fall?
I've now yelled so much that I've hurt my neck. My neck was already painful, and now I've yelled so much that my neck is in pain.
Should we just start over?
I shall press on. No,
Press on.
no, we will not.
Push
start over.
forward. Push
I
through.
shall
Power
push-
through.
I shall close
Attack.
with and destroy the enemy. I shall move to the sound of the guns.
Excellent.
Okay. If you're listening to this, you remember the Great Slaptail Nation, my nation. And who am I? I'm the Beaveman, master of the universe, creator of all things great and small, and Lord High Commander of the Great Slaptail Nation Army. And as we all know, I have zero tolerance for shitty podcasters. Also with me today, here live in the Beaver Den, she's a killer of boners, energy vampire, all those other things, heart-shaped ass. Hi, Swan.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going.
Swan,
Fine.
I'm going to
Fine.
I'm going to ask you a question in a minute after I've done the introductions.
Okay.
Have you walk me through something?
Sure.
Also with us today is Drippy Steve.
That's it.
Hello.
He drips. He's a potato. He's round. He makes too many noises. And I spend a lot of my time editing that shit. And was it not for the fact that Steve is a friend of mine, I like the kid, I would fucking kill him. Okay.
Sweet. That was really sweet of you, man.
That's
I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
That's my it's sort of a compliment, but it's really not.
He's like, that's
It's
the
the-
nicest thing that anyone's ever said to me.
Things anybody's ever said to me.
It was a backhanded compliment with a big ass ring.
Swan, can you tilt your camera down just a little bit to get the rest of you on there a little bit? Or move the thank you.
How's that? Better?
That's a little bit better.
Okay.
Also with us today, all the way from Maryland. I see patients from Maryland every day, GD. I don't know if you know that. Constantly. All day long.
You see them from Maryland. What part of Maryland?
Probably the places that are kind of abutting more to DC. Like,
Okay.
is Andover a place in Maryland? Something like that.
There's a place called Andover, and there's also a place called Landover.
Wow. How about Land Rover?
No,
How
That's
about
a
Rover
place as
come
well.
over? How about send Red Rover? Red
Any
Rover
more
here.
interesting facts about Maryland?
Well, Westminster is the center of the comedy universe.
I have heard
That
that.
is a well-known fact.
But all the way from Maryland, our good buddy, GD Fenderson, he is the certified forensic humorist, certified by himself, also certified humorist and humoristic by himself.
yes.
Welcome
you.
to
Yeah,
the show,
definitely.
GD.
Hey, I have one question for Swan that I will ask after you ask your question for Swan that you said you had to ask, that you said earlier that you were asking.
That it's a question. He's going to
Yeah.
ask it. Yeah, go ahead.
Swan,
Yes.
in all the years that you have known me,
Mm-hmm.
why do you insist on asking me to teach you things, but then not listening to anything I say?
I do listen and I ask you to teach me, but I think you're a harsh teacher. You just assume that I'm supposed to know by proxy or by osmosis from being in your environment for so long.
I
However,
feel like you should.
most people, well, maybe not most people, but me particularly, the things that I'm trying to learn from you are things that you think should come naturally, but they don't to me. Like,
So this is your
sighting,
fault.
no, it's your fault. You assume, like today, for example, sighting in a gun. I didn't grow up playing cops and robbers and guns, play toys. Like people
I really
in
usually
Detroit
played- I actually-
gangster shoot, and we didn't need to do that. We like gangster shot.
And that's why you hit nothing.
Exactly. But it doesn't come naturally. And then you're like, just do this. But then I am left eye dominant and you're not. So I have questions related to that. So therefore, my questions seem relevant to me, but you're like, no, just aim it. Where you point is where it's going to go.
That is true.
That is,
Where
I mean,
your
that makes
finger points is
fucking
where-
sense.
Yes, that is actually, yes.
But at the same time, when you're trying to like, my brain is analytical and wants to teach.
Oh, so what you're saying is my brain isn't analytical.
Your brain is like point, shoot. Like I have rock, smash things.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's binary.
Yeah. So that is not the way mine works. And so I wanted to think about why those all didn't line up correctly. And you're like, just aim it. And I'm like, but you're not answering my question. So
A little bit of context would be good, Swan. Maybe
we
some
were
context.
trying to sight in a laser. What do you want to call it? A sight? A laser? A laser sight or whatever. What do you call it?
Well, yours isn't a laser
An
sight.
optic? An optic.
I mean,
Whatever.
laser sight, I mean, makes you think that you're actually putting a laser
No,
on
it's a-
something. Technically, you are, but this is a laser that's not visible in our spectrum of vision.
Whatever. And then I was wondering why it didn't line up with the actual sights on my gun. And you're like,
All
it
right,
don't
let me
until...
give you some context. Here's what we did.
Yes, here's what we
okay?
did. See, explain
I
it
was
because
trying
it
to get
doesn't
her to bore sight without having to shoot. So
see
that
what
when
that
she-
means. Who
so
knows
when
what
she
that
goes to
means?
the ring-
Not me.
I will explain.
Okay. Does it make sense to you all? Does it make sense to you all? Because it doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I was asking the question.
I need more information.
Okay.
I'm trying to
the
get more
best I can
information.
figure is that he's trying to teach you how to aim a gun and hit something.
No,
No.
not so much.
It sounds
Okay.
like he
See
was
this-
trying to teach her to sight in the
See
sights
this
on
artery?
the gun.
You see this artery
Yeah, it's pulsing now.
No,
It's
this
because your blood
artery's
pressure's
pulsing.
high.
on the side of my head?
I have
Yes.
a pulsing artery.
Yeah,
Ew,
mine's
no one
different. This is
cares.
different. Yes, Stephen is correct. This is what I was doing. I took a bore sighting laser, the kind that you put into your actual bore and make sure that it's tightened down. I will kill you, Swamp.
Because this totally makes sense to everybody. A bore sighting laser. What the fuck does that mean?
You aiming at pigs?
See?
Wild
James
bull?
trying
doesn't
to
know
explain
either.
it.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to explain it
you
very
put
simply.
it in the hole where the bullets come out. See,
Oh,
make
so that's
it.
not a pig then.
No, it's not a pig.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
If I may.
You may go ahead.
So yes, you put the laser into the bore or of your weapon, which the bullets come out of. Yes. Okay. It's
You
going
put
the
lime in
laser.
coconut.
The
You
laser.
mix it all
The
up.
laser simulates a bullet coming out of it. So when you look through your optic and you aim that laser at a target, you are simulating shooting a bullet at the target. All I was trying to do, Swan, was to get your optic, the dot that appears on your optic, to line up with that laser
Mm-hmm.
to simulate striking the path of the bullet. onto the target.
I
That's
have
what I
a
was trying
question
to
for
do.
you then.
Yes.
How accurate is that over what distance? Because, and I don't know. I've never shot a bullet very, very far. It goes like 20 feet and stops as soon as it hits somebody. But
Somebody or some target.
uh,
Details.
yeah, details. The point is that gravity will have an effect on the
Exactly.
bullet over time.
You are correct.
So does the laser adjust for that over distance?
No. So this is what you'd be. So laser doesn't adjust for distance, right? Because it's a straight line distance. With
Right.
a laser.
But
Exactly.
bullets
So it's
don't
not. So a
travel in a
bullet
straight
is not
line.
traveling in a straight line.
Right.
But because of the way that your things like a scope is made, it takes that into account.
Okay.
Okay. This
So
is
your
different.
scope will account for the drop in
Yeah.
the bullet over
Mhm.
distance.
So it's going to drop, and if you have to estimate that distance. So what you do is you zero your weapon in for a certain distance. So like in this case, we're trying to not zero in, quote, zero her pistol in. We're trying to get it as close to possible because a pistol is not a long range weapon. She's
Right.
going to shoot it within like 3 to 5 feet typically. Okay. But what we did was we zeroed it, or close to getting it zeroed, at 15 yards, which is a common pistol distance. Okay.
Now, does it matter if the person's running towards you or running away?
No, but if they're running away, you're not supposed to shoot.
They're
We
not
were
supposed to.
zeroing
But-
it at a tree. So
There was still a target
yes,
on the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
so what if the tree is running away from you?
if the
Don't
tree is
shoot it
running
in the
away
back.
from you, that's pretty dope. That means it's an ent usually, and it's not necessarily a tree. Or it is one of those trees from the Lord of the Rings where the whole forest can move, which is pretty fucking dope. If
Yeah,
you
it was
read
kind
the
of
Lord of the Rings,
insulting.
they fucking fucked up a bunch of armies. That whole woods did. It was fucking dope, man. Anyway, what you do is then when she's looking through her optic, what she needs to do is the optic that is not visible, but the one that she's seeing when she looks through it, she puts that dot on the dot of the laser that is coming out of her bore. And that's how you line it up, generally speaking, without shooting. And then when she goes to shoot, she can correct any errors that need to be corrected. They should be pretty minor.
So my question was, because he's right eye dominant and I'm left eye dominant, does that make a difference of whether we were lining up the things? And then my other question was, do the sights on my gun have to line up with the dot as well? Because they didn't. So I was asking questions, and then I was like, just put the fucking dot on the thing. Blah, 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 blah. It's not rocket science. Just put the dot on the thing. I'm like,
Yes, but what I was trying to explain to you was, again, and I said this over and over again, is the laser coming out of the bore simulates where the strike of the round goes. So you don't have to, the only thing you have to do is put the dot that you see onto the dot that's coming out of the bore. That's it. That means that whenever you grab that optic, you put the laser, what's in your viewfinder window on your target, and that's going to hit it because
Okay.
you've zeroed it to that other laser that's coming out of the bore.
that's what we did. And we didn't kill each other, probably because there was no real bullets. Just lasers. And clearly lasers don't do anything.
Depends on the laser.
Well, it depends on how strong the laser is, right? Because isn't that the government's trying to use right now? Well, they were testing them at the southern border of Texas. That's when they shut down the airspace for 10 hours. That's what they
I
were
mean,
doing.
lasers
They were
are good
testing
for
them.
disrupting. I mean, you can use lasers to disrupt signals.
Right.
Because all a laser is light amplification through the stimulated emission of radiation, right? That was lasers
Right.
for.
Lasers.
But they said they were shooting down drones with it at the southern Texas
makes
border.
sense.
Turns out they were shooting down our drones. But they said they were shooting down Mexican drones, but they were shooting our own drones. Now they want to use that in Iran to shoot their drones. Because right now, every time they send like a $20,000 drone to attack us, we send a $1 million missile to shoot it down.
But of course, the funny thing with that is when they say they're attacking the drone or they're shooting down the drone, they're not, quote, shooting down the drone like we would think of it from Star Wars. They're not blowing it up. All they're doing is disrupting the signal to that
Right.
drone to make it have no signal and drop out of the sky.
Disabling it.
Steven, you are muted. This guy, I swear to God.
Let's use rockets instead.
Yeah. Good idea.
For which part? To
Like,
zero
all of
our
it?
weapons or
No, to take down the drones.
Can we just use sparklers like fireworks? That's what I think would be way cooler.
You know
I
the
mean,
difference
yeah.
between Mexican drones and Iranian drones?
Tiny sombrero.
Tiny sombrero.
I
Hiyo.
was gonna say mariachi band.
Ooh, that'd be dope too.
Tiny sombrero works for pretty much any of those questions. All right. Did I introduce everybody?
I think you
All
did.
right.
But
But now it's GD's turn to ask the question.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Whenever Beaveman introduces you, he says the heart-shaped ass.
Mm-hmm.
And now my question is, was it always heart-shaped ass, or was it something that happened post-puberty? And before it was heart-shaped, did it shape like a different organ? Like maybe was it liver-shaped, kidney-shaped, or?
I have
And is it
questions
genetic?
also.
Like, does your mother have a heart-shaped ass as well?
Ooh, my mother does not have a heart-shaped ass. You don't
dad?
even want to know. My dad is dead, but didn't really have an ass. But I
What a
think,
jerk.
yeah, I don't know. It was probably after high school that it became heart-shaped. I mean, probably in high school because I was in pretty good shape then. But it's always pretty much been. And then after my accident, and I don't really walk on my toes anymore, it's probably not so heart-shaped anymore. It's more floppy.
It's more of a congestive heart failure shaped ass.
Yeah.
It's heart-esque.
Yeah, it used to be. As I'm getting older.
It's more of an anatomically correct heart now,
yes.
as opposed
Okay,
to
that was
the.
I was going to ask next, as if it was the iconic heart, like
Right.
the thing, or if it was the actual.
Yeah, it used to be the first part. Now it's more the second part. Yeah.
I didn't realize that whole thing came from the heart-shaped ass. Actually, came from how they used to draw women.
Oh yeah.
That's actually what that's from. So at the top heart is the top of the woman, and the bottom heart is the bottom of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the heart-shaped ass. Fascinating.
Oh,
Yeah.
any other interesting facts?
No, I thought that one was pretty interesting as hell. No, Swan, yes, your ass is no longer heart-shaped like it was, but it's still a nice one.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome. I do find it disturbing, though, that GD would ask a question about you before
But my
puberty.
prepubescent ass.
Prepubescent ass.
It's fine though.
I found that a little bit cringy, but that's okay.
That's right. 'Cause I just thought it was information. I don't know. I guess it's like asking about the sight in the bore. You know, you put the laser in the bore and you shake it all up.
How old were you when you first bled?
Well, you know, GD's favorite chord to play is A minor, so.
That's true.
Ayo, gross.
Matter of fact, I usually play. I like a D in A minor, to be honest.
You like a D?
God.
Oh my!
Oh my god! Drop D and A minor. That's disgusting.
Oh man! Oof, it's getting rough in here.
It's getting rough for sure.
It's getting so Epstein-esque.
These coffee with the dog guys are brutal.
Fucking gross. We do have a show.
Steven left. That's why
GD is
Steven
back.
left the dog.
Yeah, GD's
Yes.
back to promote his show, our show, Spotlight
show.
on Insanity. Very excited for that. I hope people take the title seriously because I'm not holding back when I come out there. I am doing what I normally do. So,
All right, that's the whole point.
if people are saddened,
Disturbed.
or if they're
Mortified.
laughing uproariously, they should not be complaining at all because I'm doing my full on stuff, man. Hit him hard right out the go.
Full frontal beef, man.
Yeah, big bush and all.
All right, that's good. That is what is expected.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
You don't like
It's
that
gross.
at all? Why?
He likes it naked like a baby. So
Oh,
gross.
Okay,
come on
see,
now.
come on.
I mean, you're the one who brought it up. He brought it up last time. He's like
First
naked.
of all, I never said the women have to be shaved. I said I like to be shaved. That's completely different. I prefer my women to be shaved, but it's not.
What
I
if
don't
they
want
just
them
pluck it
completely
out one at a
shaved.
time as opposed to shaving? How's that?
Plucked out. That'd be
Yeah.
painful.
I feel like it could get all bumpy and gross looking. I'm good.
Now let's talk about the evolution of the shaving, if you will.
Sure.
Stephen, now how far back do you remember the bush? Was the bush very hairy for you as a young man, or was it? I'm talking about on your sexual partners. On your sexual partners, has it always been a shaved area or trimmed area or etc.?
The culture of the
Depends
bush.
on the age of the woman.
Oh, let's not go there. Let's just
No.
say
What
age
I mean by that
appropriate.
is-
Let's just say
what I
age
mean by-
appropriate. Why did you even bring that up? Why just
No.
His first experience was with an older woman,
No.
so maybe
My
that's where
first
we're going.
experience was
Yeah,
with
first experience with a woman over 6.
Okay, Jesus Christ. No,
No, they were
Okay,
younger? What the
no,
fuck?
no. My first sexual experience, I was 15. Okay, at that
And
time,
she was 6.
she
No.
was no. God damn it, no. She was my age, and she was shaved at the time.
Okay, so you were both 15.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Why did everybody make it so fucking complicated?
Well, hold on. The reason I said that though was
Hold
because
on,
my next
Bobby.
sexual partner was 31, and she was trimmed, I guess, but not shaved completely.
Okay.
She had like the landing strip type thing, right? So there was hair there, but it wasn't like a fucking jungle.
So she had hair on her pubis, but not on her labia.
Right.
Okay. So she had
Yeah.
the landing strip.
Right.
Okay.
And then my most recent wife had at one point had a
Cooties.
full-on bush, and I didn't like that. So
she
yeah.
grew it on purpose. She's like putting minoxidil on her bush. God,
She
keep
stopped
this
shaving
fucker,
everything for
keep
like
this
6
fucker
months.
away,
It
man.
fucking freaked me out. It worked.
She's taking freaking.
She got her mustache full on
Propecia.
in and everything.
Wasn't that, but it was armpits, legs, and bush, and I was like,
Oof,
okay.
rough.
And she's Puerto Rican, so that shit was thick.
All right, now let's not disparage the Puerto Ricans.
I'm not saying it's a
And
garbage
most of them
island or
don't
anything
do.
crazy.
Most of them don't do the full bush, by the way, as far as I know.
Most of them do not, and that's where I was shocked when it became a thing.
Okay. Let's move over to GD, who
Okay.
has been on this earth much longer than the rest of us.
Oh yeah.
Can you talk to us about the evolution of the bush itself from your earliest recollections? GD was also raped at a very young age. He doesn't consider it rape, just like Steven doesn't, but I consider it rape. Anyway, move on.
Well,
Statutory rape.
my first sexual encounters, none of us had puberty. None of us had hit puberty yet.
Okay.
None of us had pubic hair. So
That's-
we were
oof.
all bald.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, that
That's
doesn't
bad.
sound legal.
Yeah, I was
Bad.
12,
You
we
were
were like
all-
12. We were like 12.
That's horrible. You
Yeah.
poor kid.
Why?
Yeah, but he said his other people. It was with people your own age,
I understand
right?
it. It's still
But-
horrible,
Yeah,
Swan.
12-year-olds
Yes,
It's still horrible.
No, they
12-year-olds
shouldn't.
shouldn't be
But at
doing
least
that.
it wasn't a 12-year-old being raped by a 25-year-old
He
or
didn't
more.
even say that. That
I'm
didn't
just
even come up.
saying.
He said they were the same age. We're just saying that that's too young, Swan.
I agree 100%.
Okay, I take it back.
You can let us. You can tell your deep dark secrets. It's fine. This
No,
is
I
a safe
take it back.
space.
I mean, it didn't happen. I was just trying to impress you guys because I thought you would like be my friends.
You
and
took
thought
the
I was
wrong
cool.
route. You took the wrong
Wrong
route
route.
if you thought
Wrong
we
route,
would be
buddy.
Yeah,
impressed.
I thought if I was cool like you guys, you'd like me and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
man, he took the
yeah.
Ron's route. He took the Ron's
Ew.
route.
Ew,
Creeped it right
the
up.
cringe. The cringe.
Let's move past that first horrifying experience. Move on to the next one. I feel
Okay.
like you could have just not told us about that.
Yeah, let's rewind. Let's just delete that part. Bleach your brains,
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Okay, next. Move on.
When I was 13 or 14.
Oh, God, come on.
God damn it.
When you actually had pubic hair and hit puberty and it was more allowed.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
go with that. After
I'm not
puberty.
gonna lie. I was a very late bloomer when it came to pubic hair. Because I think I was like 14 or 15 when I started growing pubic hair.
Yeah,
Okay.
the normal
Then
age.
I
feel
Well,
like
that's a little late. I
No, not
It's a little
according-
late. It's a
well,
little. It's a
Not
little late.
according to my mother and my school.
Why was your
Hey.
mom looking at your junk?
Maybe it was like sex
All right,
ed
here we
class
go.
and stuff.
This what had
Oh,
happened
great.
was
Now we get a mob story. Way to
Oh,
right.
go,
That's
Oh.
fucking
true.
beat man.
You asked for it. This is a mom story
Oh,
now. It
great.
wasn't meant to be a mom story. When I was much younger, they tried to skip me 2 grades.
Okay.
I was in the 4th grade, they tried to skip me to the 6th grade. And when I was in the 5th grade, they tried to skip me to the 7th grade. And my mother did not want that. And she said that I was too emotionally immature to deal with it. Not like now, but once I got to 9th grade, once I got into the 9th grade, I would belong in the 7th grade. Right? I'd be, 11 years old in the 9th grade. And I would have been, because I was 13 in the 9th grade. So I would have been 11 in the 9th grade if they skipped me 2 years. But every other kid in the 9th grade would have been 13 and 14. And I'd be taking gym with them. It means I'd be taking showers with them, which means I'd be the only kid not going through puberty. And my mother did not want me to have to go through that. She thought it would be traumatic for me to be taking showers with kids who are going through puberty, and I would not be going through puberty at the time, and not for another 2 years. So that's what that was my mother's reasoning for me not being skipped 2 years.
So your mom, though, we're still saying that she was not looking at your junk to determine that you had no. She just assumed you had no hair there.
Right.
Okay. I think that
It
clears
makes
it up
your
for
mom less creepy than you were
Thank you.
imagining.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Yes, she was less creepy in that regard. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to when, let's say you were age appropriate. Can we get to like some sort of age? Geez, the question
Okay.
I asked was about the evolution of bush trimming. Let's just move it up a little bit. Let's move to when you're 18 and above. How about that?
Okay. When I was 18, I was dating someone who was 35, and
Good
she was
Lord.
not trimming yet.
Okay.
There was not trimming.
It was full on bush. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. All
And when I was 21, she was 42, and she was not trimming. It was full on bush.
Okay.
Now, interesting. Okay. Because
Now- When you say full on bush, do you mean like down the leg too? Or did she trim
I
it?
mean, all the way down the knees. You can braid it.
Oh, God, dude.
Just-
Jesus Christ, see, that's interesting because when I'm 30. When I was 34, I was hooking up with a 41-year-old, and she did not let hair grow anywhere at all.
Well, my 42-year-old was an Italian woman.
She had no eyebrows.
Oh,
She
God.
She couldn't. She could shave in the morning and have a full bush in the
okay.
You couldn't tell where armpit stops and knuckles start. That's
Man,
horrible.
I should have probably just had myself describe the evolution of the bush hair.
But like even she didn't like go out and wear a bathing suit and didn't like trim it to keep it inside the bikini line.
Yeah, that's
Like,
kind of
you
what I
can-
was getting at.
You can have like
Oh,
a
yeah,
full
that
on.
they did.
You
Yes,
can
that
have
they
like
did.
a full on bush, but
Yes,
it doesn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
come out the sides of your
Right.
underwear and stuff.
Remember there was a movie, I think it was the Adam Sandler movie, Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Mhm.
And just
Mhm.
talk about having all that cushion and that. Yeah, those were the days. Yeah, so I don't have I. I don't think I've ever been with a real woman that had been shaved completely. I don't think so. No, because when I was 12, I wasn't with a woman. She was a young lady.
So what you're saying is, as an adult, you have not been with somebody who's completely shaved down
Right.
there.
Right.
Okay, I was confused for a minute. I was like, so
Well, I didn't know how to word it.
trans woman? Or are you saying
That's what I was getting
what?
to, was trans or a dude.
I'm
Or...
like,
No, I
what,
didn't know.
dude?
I didn't exactly know how to word it. I have a very huge vocabulary, but I don't always know how to use it. It's just big.
Oh,
That's what...
So basically, yes, the people that he's been with as an adult who are also adults have not shaved
Right.
completely or been waxed completely. So they've all
Right.
had some type of hair down there.
and it saves a lot of time because I don't have to floss afterwards. Yeah.
Hmm.
okay. Humorist, not comedian, guys. It's very
Right,
important that you know. Very important that you know that he is a humorist. It's not the same as a comedian.
No, it's not.
It's like comedian light.
No, comedians are like humorous light.
Right.
It's like diet
It's
comic.
just, you have to
Comedians
really
take
think about.
Comedians take the easy way out. They go for the joke.
Right. Sure.
Like the laughs and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like more of a make you think kind of person.
Yeah. I'm a world builder. I build worlds.
Sure. It's comedy sim.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
It's better than being a comedy simp, which I've seen a lot of those.
All right. I think it was probably better if I would have talked
I
about
think
the
it's
evolution.
probably your turn now.
Because obviously my time frame as being a hitting my sexual peak does coincide with the time frame when it was more common to start shaving.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, the late 80s, early 90s. So my first girlfriends had bushes. So it was, and that's not a great thing for a young man because you're not sure where the pussy is in the first place.
Mm.
You have a good idea. You're pretty sure it's that empty space between the legs.
Where there's no penis.
But you're not exactly sure. Not exactly sure. And because I always thought it was like up higher. So I'm like, kind of like where the pubis
Around
is.
the navel.
I didn't realize it was around the navel. So later I was like farther down. I had to have myself directed to there. Yes, sex ed class doesn't really describe it as much as you think it does. So my first girls, yes, that's what they did. They would shave their legs and all their stuff, but they didn't shave their bush. So they had full on bush. So you couldn't yeah. And then that was my first one. And then ones after that, same thing, full on bush. And then girls I met after I left high school, trimmed, but usually didn't shave. I don't think I saw my first shaved. I don't think I was with my first girl who shaved until I was divorced. So by then I was 27. Everybody else had bush or trimmed bush, nicely trimmed bush. But most people didn't shave that I knew.
Interesting.
And it's interesting because you said you didn't know where it was. Now, that's part of the reason why I have the dreads, so that I can be guided, where I can be placed exactly where I need it. It's just take the dreads left, right, and then right there. Well,
I find that most women will guide you.
Yeah, but that's why I got the dreads. That way they don't have to I don't have to hear them tell me what to do.
Well, I mean, you're going to be embarrassed either way,
Oh no. This is much more subtle.
Oh, sure.
Just pulling the hair. That's all. I'm just pulling your hair. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just pulling your hair. I'm not talking to you. I'm not giving you instructions. Don't be offended. Don't be
Swan, moving over to you, Swan.
Yes.
When did you see that? What evolution did you see? Or did you always, once you hit puberty, start shaving? Because you were a swimmer.
No, I mean, yeah, I always had to. I was a swimmer in the end of middle school to high school, and that's when all of that probably started. I didn't get my period and all that stuff till the end of middle school time. So yeah, I didn't start shaving and all of that, but I didn't full on shave it. I trimmed so that it would be in my bathing suit and not coming out the sides.
Wow,
all through high school.
You are a master storyteller.
I mean,
you can take a hot subject told by a woman and make it boring.
Make it boring. Yeah.
Wow,
so
fantastic.
ideally, I keep it trimmed or waxed or sugared or whatever, which is so much easier than shaving because I get razor burn if I shave too much.
Razor burn.
So.
Now my second wife. I'm not going to mention her by name. She couldn't keep it inside a bikini or inside of it. It was
her dick.
Yeah, it was her hair.
bush.
Oh, her bush. Oh, gotcha. Her bush.
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's everywhere.
No, I prefer to trim it with a trimmer made for bikinis, and then I get it waxed or sugared, which is also a sugar wax to keep it from getting
fascinating
razor burn.
Let me tell you what I like.
What do you like?
I don't like it completely bald down there. I don't like
Wait a minute, you said you was going to tell us what you like, and you said, let me tell you what I like, and then you tell us what you don't like.
Well, because I'm leading up to
it. Don't like.
I'm leading up to it.
Oh, this foreplay. Okay.
I don't like it bald down there. I don't like that. I don't like a full bush. I don't like a partial bush. What I like is I'd like there to be hair on the mons pubis. That's what I like.
Okay.
And it can be
what?
It can be a lot of hair. It can be in the shape of a triangle, shape of a heart, whatever. But I don't like it where there's hardly any hair there at all. I don't like that.
Why?
Just my thing. That's just my preference.
But what? I'm just curious. What does it for you?
The cute little triangle / heart / landing strip.
So that hair there is very, for most women, all the women I've ever been with, that hair is very soft.
Both of them.
I like to pet that area. I like to slowly reach my hand down there, but I like that. I think it's nice to have a little patch there. Just like it.
That's fair.
I used to like the landing strip, not so much anymore. The narrow strip, because it's just too. I'm I want to see some hair on the mons pubis.
Well, I think Sean Duffy ruined the landing strip for everybody. That's the Secretary of Transportation joke for those of you who don't know.
I think if I had if I get to pick and choose, I'd rather it just be clean shaved completely. That's my preference.
I think part of it for me is liking to be able to see, how there's been this great evolution of swimsuits over time for women also.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, part of it is some of the swimsuits, on a really fit woman, will kind of not adhere to their skin, at the top. So it will kind of drift away a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, Swan.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to be able to see that there's that little patch there. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So years ago, this was, I don't know, this was quite a while ago. I think this was around going to say 2015, 2014,
Never.
2015. I was having a lot of pain in my foot, my left foot. A lot of pain.
Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis.
And I toughed it out for quite a while. I'd wear different shoes, but I was always wearing dress shoes to work, which I think is a mistake. I think people shouldn't have to wear dress shoes. And so what I did was I went and saw a podiatrist at the VA.
You had to make an appointment.
Well, I had to make an appointment.
Yeah,
I did
you
make
had
an
to ask
appointment.
for a consult.
Well, I had to wait a while. Yeah.
Mhm.
First I had to see my primary care person at the VA, and I had to explain it to him. And then I had to ask him to put in a referral for me to see the podiatrist.
Did you have to get x-rays too?
Well,
Was that like
first I had to wait.
Mhm.
I had to wait. And then, yes, I did have to get x-rays. But then I had to wait for an appointment.
Mhm.
And so I was waiting for this appointment. My feet continued to hurt.
Mhm.
And eventually,
Did you try things at home first too? Or did you just wait?
I'd
In
already
pain.
tried lots of stuff.
Oh, what did you try? Can you tell us about what led up to
Sure. So I did try, rotating my footwear.
this? Mhm.
I did try like icing my feet.
Was it better or worse barefoot or not barefoot?
It was excruciating barefoot.
Mm.
And it had not dawned on me yet that I should only wear shoes I should wear shoes all the time.
Mm.
Hadn't dawned on me yet. So my feet continued to hurt. I finally did see the podiatrist.
Mhm. And what did they say?
Well, I will get to it.
Okay.
You needn't ask these questions.
Oh, well, I was just concerned
Would
because
be better if I asked
of
the question.
there's a lot of research
really
and
wouldn't.
people say that barefoot is better, but you are saying the opposite here.
I don't think barefoot is better.
I mean, there's a lot of shoes that claim that, and
Okay.
a lot of
There's a
people
lot of
like-
shoes that claim that barefoot.
Yeah, they're called-
Why would they make them any money if the shoes are saying go barefoot?
They are called barefoot shoes, and
But
they
it's still
don't
a
have.
shoe, is it not?
Yeah, it is a shoe, but it doesn't have any support in it because it's
But
saying
it's not
that barefoot
barefoot,
is better.
is it? Then if barefoot
don't
is
know, it's
better,
an
why would
oxymoron.
you have that as a shoe company?
I don't know. That's what they're
Anyway,
called. They're called barefoot
so,
shoes. Okay, carry on.
So I saw the podiatrist,
Mm-hmm.
and the podiatrist, examined my feet, and it was her recommendation.
Oh, you're a podiatrist as a woman.
Yes,
Hmm.
it was her recommendation that I get inserts,
Mm-hmm. Shoe inserts.
shoe inserts.
Custom made or off the rack?
Well, she gave me some off the rack because you can get like 2 inserts a year at the VA.
You can get more than that, actually, but
Okay, boner killer.
Well, you got to have one for each foot.
one
right?
for each foot. Yeah,
This is
pairs.
my
This is
story.
2 pairs per year, but it's actually like per quarter.
So gotcha. So the inserts I had
Mm-hmm. Yes, the inserts that you had.
actually did help. I stopped wearing dress shoes. One thing. So she made an appointment for me to go get casts made of my feet.
Impressions.
Impressions made. Swan, I will fucking kill you.
I'm just making sure I give you the
I'll
right.
give you an impression. Here's an impression of
my
me not
foot
listening.
in your ass. Hi-yo.
So I got the appointment,
Mm-hmm.
and they put my feet in like these blocks of goo, take impressions of my feet. The guy was lame. Anyway, he had no sense of humor.
No, he didn't.
Swan, I swear to God, you don't have to say something after everything I say.
I feel like
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my job. Go ahead, Beav. I'll do it for you.
So I got the impressions done,
Uh-huh.
You got the
but
impression
now I had to wait.
you had to wait.
I had to wait.
No way.
Yeah, because they
Waiting.
send those impressions off to get custom, what they call orthotics
Wow.
made.
Okay, that's for your teeth.
No, this was
I mean,
for
it's
my
like
feet.
orthodontic. Right.
This was for my feet.
Orthotics for your feet. Kind of like the same thing.
Okay.
I had something like that once.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, so
Close the mouth.
eventually those came in.
Mm-hmm.
So you could wear them then.
Yeah, they were camouflage, but it was lame because not cool camouflage.
You couldn't
though,
see 'em.
Steve, because they were yellow, but they were camouflage over the top of the yellow.
So
It
are
looked
these like
stupid.
AFO leg braces?
No, they're just inserts that go in your shoes,
Just-
not actual
Oh,
braces.
okay.
Like
Because
you-
I've had my legs plastered and they made like the leg braces, and I had some that were camo, had some that were American flag.
Oh, that's gay.
Anyway,
super gay.
Super gay. So anyway, I got
Gay.
they finally came in, and I put them in my shoes, and I did not like them. They were just too
Sam, I
big.
am.
They were just too thick. I did not like them. I hated them. I stopped wearing them. So yeah, I only wear the ones that are not custom fitted.
And why'd you hate them? Is it the way they fit or the way
They were
look,
just too
or-
big. They were fucking huge, and they
Too
were
thick for your
very
shoes?
uncomfortable. They were very uncomfortable. They actually
You
hurt
didn't
me.
take them back to get them resized?
No. I just told the podiatrist, I'm like, these suck. Just give me the ones that are
Off the rack.
Off the rack. And from that point on, guys, I stopped wearing dress shoes. I wear shoes all day. The only time I don't wear shoes is when I usually go to sleep or when I'm bathing and things like that. And my feet have been so much better.
He has indoor shoes.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have comedy shoes? I have comedy shoes.
I do have different pairs of shoes for comedy. Yeah.
Isn't it much better than having regular shoes for comedy?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
When I put those shoes on, I know it's time for me to be funny.
Mm-hmm. And then what happens?
So you're not wearing those shoes right now, then, are you?
Oh no, I'm barefoot right now.
Steven, do you have a great story like that too, or
No.
no? You don't
No.
have Swan. You got a
Yeah.
great story? Yeah, no.
He's got his socks on. You said barefoot. Those are socks. Those are not barefoot.
I did get
I
some
got
really
him from
cool.
a bear. I
I
got
did
him
get
from
some-
a bear, so
I did get some really cool steel-toed tennis shoes.
And what do you
I
need
have some of those.
steel-toed tennis shoes for? Was it because you needed them for a job?
No, I have had a ladder fall and break my foot while my foot was hanging off the edge of my wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And I fear that at the gym with the free weights
Sure.
and the dumbbells. So I wanted to get something that would protect a little more in the event that I drop something because my feet stick out. So they take the brunt of anything that falls. So
I thought your titties did.
not anymore.
Oh,
But
okay. All right. Well, I don't understand people who lift weights in bare feet. That drives me crazy. I'm like, that just makes me nervous.
It does make me nervous too, but I do like it barefoot. I've tried a couple
I
times
don't understand
in the
people that
gym.
lift weights. No,
Yeah, that too. But yeah. I mean, I guess I have a story. Do you want to hear my story next? Or
Sure.
does
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
JD, do you have a story?
always. But I want to hear your story.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my story is about the first marathon that I ever ran. My marathon was November 3rd, 2018. It was the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon in Indianapolis, Indiana.
So Indiana,
Indiana.
One of the states that are the most fun states to go to.
And to run
Absolutely.
26.2 miles just for no reason.
Sure.
So it started out, we trained like a lot. We downloaded this training plan and we did all this stuff and we did months and months and months of running for no
Training?
reason.
Did you say training?
Yeah.
Ah.
And during that time, we also, during our training, decided to train with our fuel for hydration and what we were going to eat and drink while we were doing it. Because, you have to make sure that while you do that, you don't have to get diarrhea from what you are eating or drinking or trying to do, because that happens a lot. You don't want to have to stop to poop or pee while you're going. So it's like this fine line thing that every so many miles or every so many minutes we would eat while we were running. So we had like goo or chews or like a drink that you mixed up with electrolytes and such.
It would be perfect if you had just the right balance of hydration and not being hydrated. When your poop packs on top of each other and it's just like little balls, and then you can just shake.
Little square cubes.
Yeah, and they could just shake out. You could just shake one down your pant leg.
A turd every
Every
so miles. Yeah.
often.
No, we actually decided we even practiced on 2 of our long runs that we took Imodium. So we pooed the night before and took stuff to make you poo. And then we took Imodium before our run. So we didn't have to poo during it, but also didn't want to get stomach cramps to see how it was. This was like a whole big regulated thing. So for November 3rd, 2018,
And where was this?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Fucking
It was
boring.
the Monumental Marathon.
Sounds gay.
My bib number, I looked it up, was 1497. Just in case you guys wanted to know, you can Google that and find my stats.
Oh yeah, that's the year that Columbus sailed the ocean.
No, that
blue.
was 1492, but it was
Oh, sure,
close.
sure,
I think
whatever.
that my
He was
partner
still sailing in '97, right? He kept going back and forth.
probably, or maybe he was lost at sea then. It could have
You
been.
could pick a lot of years. He was probably on the water at that time.
So I looked up my stats in case you guys wanted to know them.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I think I average paced a 9-minute, 46-minute mile for 26.2 miles. I think that was pretty fucking good for never running a marathon before.
Yeah.
I finished in 4 hours, 15 minutes and 54 seconds.
Mm.
My 10K time, 1 hour and 20 seconds. Pretty fucking fast, 9:43. However, my half marathon pace, 2 hours, 6 minutes and 28 seconds for a 9:36 pace. How the fuck did I speed up? Go me. Finished. Yeah, I'm still going.
Cool.
Finished. 4 hours, 15 minutes, 54 seconds, and pace of 9:54 for my last half marathon. However, my last mile was 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Because I wanted to get that shit done.
So I lost interest way far in. Was that faster or slower?
That was faster. I dropped a whole minute per mile for the last mile of 26.2 miles. And like for the last 8 miles, I wanted to kill myself. And I'm not kidding. The farthest I'd ever run before that was 20 miles. And the last 8 miles, I was like, oh, we only have 6.2, a fucking 10K to go. This is horrible. I hate every second of this, but I finished it. So between all of that, if that wasn't boring enough, I want to tell you about a story about navigating my aunt who decided to come and watch us.
You navigated your aunt?
I did, because she refuses, for whatever reason, to use the GPS on her fucking phone. So she calls me with my 94-year-old grandmother in the car, puts it on speakerphone, and my grandma is talking to me while I am looking up from my hotel room where they are and giving them turn-by-turn instructions on how to get to the hotel for 37 minutes. I have the phone call saved because I thought it was terrible. Of turn here, what road are you at? What does that look like? What the fuck? Why don't you use GPS? Like,
so you saved this conversation, and yet you always complain that you don't have any memory on your phone.
I did.
And you can't ever do anything with your phone.
That is
you don't have any memory, and you don't understand what the cloud is, so you just store everything on your phone.
So my aunt refuses to use GPS on her phone because she doesn't want the cell phone company to have her information about where her location is. I'm like, they know that anyway. Are you fucking kidding? Like, just use the GPS on your phone. I really don't understand your conspiracy theory bullshit. But that's where we are.
Wow.
So in addition to my marathon story, I have 37 minutes of navigating my aunt to the hotel in Indianapolis.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yes, you're welcome.
Incredible. So, Steve, you got to have one, man, because
Tell us about your marathon, Steven.
Oh man, let me tell you. Actually, I can tell you about the time that I thought I signed up for wheelchair basketball, and I was like, "This will be fun." And we went to this Special Olympics thing, and we get there, and ends up being a bunch of special people, like just no wheelchairs, just a bunch of. Just horrible. It was horrible. And
did they let you play?
I had to. I didn't really have a fucking choice.
Dominated.
Did you win? Or did they kick your ass?
Tore that shit up. Those fucking Down syndrome kids and fucking window lickers were all like trying to like color in the lines and shit on the basketball court, and I'm fucking dropping threes and layups. And
did they have the basketball hoop at regulation height, or was it like a lower special height?
It was a regulation height.
What about the width of it? Was it like the regular 2 widths of a basketball, or was it like 3?
It was a regular basketball, but it was just basically just me versus myself while they were just fucking
drooling and picking their noses.
Yeah, man, it was embarrassing. I fucking hated it.
Well, that's actually an interesting story. You failed.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it fucking sucked. And then I had a similar situation in school because I had to have an IEP because of the wheelchair. So,
an
IEP.
An IUD?
An IUD.
Indiana Education Plan. No,
that's a UTI.
That's a UTI. And so at first they made me ride the short bus, and I'm like, I walk on crutches. I don't need to take my chair to school. So for the first couple years, they let me ride the regular bus. And then when I learned to fight with my crutches, they determined that my crutches were a liability and I was not allowed to use them at school anymore. So they put me back on a special bus, and that pissed me off. So I got expelled from that school.
So once they took your crutches, did they like sell them for parts, or did they make you wear usually wheelchair? What did they do?
Nope, I just wasn't allowed to use them at school.
That's
So
stupid.
when you were
There's
at
this little
school,
thing called the
what?
ADA. Why didn't you cite that?
I didn't know any better. My parents were too fucked up all the time to do anything about it.
So how did you get around school? They gave you a wheelchair then when you got there?
No, I had my own wheelchair. They made me leave. I left my wheelchair at school because I had to use it at school all day, so I refused to use it at home.
Okay.
All right.
Wow,
that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're failing the assignment.
You know, his entire life is fucking boring, but he can't come up with a boring story.
I know.
Well, that leaves us with GD. I feel like any story GD tells us will win.
Not about what you for the most boring.
Just like a normal day in your life,
Just
kind of
with
story.
a normal
Just tell
story,
us a
GD.
story.
Just tell us a story.
Just tell us a story.
Okay, as an adult or as a kid,
It doesn't matter.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Humor us.
I need to focus.
As a young adult.
Okay, as a young adult. All right. I was at a bar, and this woman starts hitting on me. This very butch woman, very attractive butch woman. She was, I guess, bisexual, and she took a liking to me because she thought I looked masculine enough to pass for a man, but feminine enough to pass for a woman. So she took me home, and she taught me the art of cunnilingus. She was like my tutor. She was like my tutor. She was like the best instructor I ever had. And after that, I was like a student, you know.
So she was teaching you for your benefit or hers or what? Why?
Well,
how did this
we
even
both
happen?
benefited. I think we both benefited. I mean, because it was like a practical class exam, and she was the tutor, and she was also the lab equipment.
So that's interesting. You and I have a very similar story about how we learned cunnilingus.
It was probably the same woman.
It was not. It was not.
She was probably on tour.
No, well,
so then
no, I was 19, and I met this girl at a party at IUSB, and we go back to her dorm, and I go down on her. She goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Trying to do what you asked me to do." She goes, "It's like you're like trying to lick peanut butter off the roof of your mouth with your tongue sticking out." And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I was like, that's okay. And she goes,
"Oh, that's not like mine."
No. So she goes, "We're gonna get this right." Now, this girl, by the way, super butch. She was mixed, I'm assuming. She definitely wasn't a white chick, definitely wasn't a black chick, definitely somewhere in the middle. And she was she played on the basketball
Not
team.
sure why that's important, but okay, go ahead.
But no, she played on the basketball team. She was very butchy. She had like shaved sides of the head, but she spent like a good solid like 3.5 hours teaching me the ropes, and I left there a better man.
See, mine picked me up with the intent of that. Like I said, mine was such a great compliment.
I'm telling you, there's
she's
something
telling me
about
to
the
my
chair.
face that I'm like almost masculine enough to pass for a man, and almost feminine enough to pass for a woman. Just what she liked.
I get a lot of the. I used to get, especially when I was younger. I got a lot of the.
Look like a big baby.
Always wanted to try it. Why not?
Look like a giant baby.
I have a question. I guess it's more for GD, but I guess it could be for Stephen too then. So if yours was teaching you for your benefit, did she ask you to show you how to use yours for her benefit?
My tongue?
No, your penis. Like,
no, nope.
I want to know how to like use that so that I know as a when I use my strap on.
I think she already knew. Yeah. I just
also confident mine knew very well because she didn't have any questions and she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no.
She knew what she was doing with her strap on for you.
What?
For him?
For him, yeah.
What? Why?
Because that's what
that was the
I
question
just
she asked.
If she asked you to teach her how to use yours, to know how to use her strap on, and you said she knew how to use it.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you guys didn't pay attention. You guys didn't pay attention to the question, but I did.
I thought she meant.
Maybe you should have paid attention to the question.
Was she wanting to learn how to use a dick at all? Like that's what I thought you meant. No, as far as like using like a strap on, no. I have no idea. never came up in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
When I was, my mother used to work at a health clinic, and I used to go there for my checkups because they were free. And when I was 16, I went to the health clinic, and they called me back, and I go in the back, and when I go in the back, there's they unlocked the door for me, and I just walk back, and there was a woman back there, and she goes, "You just go in that room there and take your clothes off." And I said, okay. So I went in and took my clothes off, and the woman came in, and she's like looking me over, and she's touching me. And then about 20 minutes later, a real nurse walks in and wants to know what that woman is doing back there. and I didn't know that she wasn't a nurse. She just wanted to see me naked and touch me. I was 16.
You loser.
What?
Can't believe you've never actually hooked up with a nurse in the hospital.
I didn't say that. Well, it wasn't in a hospital, but I was 16 then. When I was 20, the nurse that gave me my catheter went out with me
Unethical.
on a date.
Yeah.
I just straight up hooked up with nurses in the room. But
I still don't believe that.
Yeah.
I still think that they were the ones who were,
I'm
changing
gonna
the trash. Changing the trash. I seriously doubt.
I would not. I have standards. I would not sleep with sanitation personnel.
Oh,
Harsh.
Oh.
I knew some
I have
hot sanitation
standards.
workers.
Oh,
That's rough, man. It's rough.
yeah, no, I didn't know that
I'm
you were a
sensitive to smell,
janitorial.
man. The last thing I want is somebody that's been playing in trash.
Wow.
I mean, you
act like they don't know how to use a
poo and
bathroom or a
assholes
shower.
all the day. So you're okay with the nurse that just had her fingers and hands up your ass?
Not necessarily, no.
She's like,
But I
"Not
never had a nurse up
necessarily."
my ass. So
You don't know what you're missing.
Well, I feel like Swan. I don't know who had the more boring story, you or me.
I don't know. You could let them.
I
vote.
guess. Well, Drippy Steve, would you like to explain the assignment that you failed miserably?
to tell the most boring story possible.
Yes.
And I failed horribly.
Yeah, you failed
Anytime you want me
horribly.
to be interesting, I can't be. What the fuck is up? Anyways,
we were trying to tell really boring stories for you, GD, to make you feel at home.
Oh, because I was about to say when I listened, according to your comments in the chat room on Coffee with the Dog, I tell the most boring stories.
Yeah,
anyway.
you failed. You didn't even tell a boring story.
Hmm.
We were trying to
I
push you.
don't
We
know
were
the
trying to put you at
difference.
ease. We were trying to give you the most boring story ever, and yet you guys intently listened.
They did.
I'm like, why are you listening to this terrible story?
About your podiatry
My
appointment.
podiatry appointment.
I thought it was important for you to get it off your chest.
yeah,
That's why I
trying to be there.
listened.
Trying to be there for you, man.
yeah, we're
so-
trying to be good friends, and you're over here shitting on us. Our bad. Hold on,
Don't do
that
that
was another
shit, Steven.
personal-
Steven, you do the plan.
I did know the plan, but I thought all my stories were boring, so
They are, but you
Pick
didn't
one.
pick any boring ones.
those were boring to me.
So who was more boring, my marathon story or Beaveman's podiatry story?
I think your
I'm not gonna
your
lie.
marathon stories suck.
Your marathon story was
But the funny
pretty bad.
thing is when Big Man says which story is more boring, I thought to myself, I don't remember his story.
Oh, so there,
I
yours
didn't
was.
remember. I didn't even remember his story. And I honestly, I didn't remember until you said the podiatrist. I went, oh yeah, that's what he was talking about.
He doesn't remember my story yet. He intently
He
listened.
did.
Maybe
Well,
he was just very
that
good.
doesn't mean I care.
He was just very
doesn't mean-
good at looking like he was
It's
interested.
not for me to get off of my chest. It's for you to get the stuff off of your chest.
I
And you
feel so
didn't
much
ask
better
me
now.
for advice. If you asked me for advice, I would have probably had something for you.
Oh, sorry, listeners. When you read the description, you'll get it. You'll understand what we were doing. Swan, you have an interesting story though for us, right?
I do.
Do you want an intro then?
No, if you want to, sure.
This is a crime story, right?
It's a crime story.
All right, something interesting then.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Nope, sorry. God damn it. There we go. Welcome to our true crime segment known as This Week's Featured Piece of Shit. Researched and written by our crime news reporter, Angela Tripsalot.
Not today.
Presented by our crime news anchor, The Swan.
Yes, this is the Swan story. So I titled this one,
You tuddled it.
Anyone Can Do Murder, in quotes. And it comes from La Plata, Maryland.
Oh, the quadriplegic.
Shh, don't tell everybody. I'm going to get there. Dayton
Oh.
James Weber has been charged with murder after authorities say he fatally shot Bradrick Michael Wells during an argument on March 22nd, 2026. Investigators say the two men were in a vehicle, it was a Tesla, when the dispute escalated and Weber allegedly opened fire. Two passengers in the back seat fled after the shooting and were witnesses. He was driving.
Okay.
And officials say Weber drove away with the victim still inside. Wells's body was later found in a yard in Charlotte Hill. Weber was taken into custody hours later from a hospital in Charlottesville and is awaiting extradition. Authorities say the motive remains under investigation. Weber was, we'll say was because things happen, a professional cornhole player in the American Cornhole League.
That's a thing?
He is a quadriplegic, a quadruple amputee since contracting a serious blood infection when he was 10 months old.
Ooh, meningitis.
He had an essay published on him when he was in 2023 that talked about how he was a shining example of our slogan, anyone can play and win, which is why I titled my essay, anyone can do murder, even with no arms and no legs. Crazy, huh?
How did he shoot him?
No,
Imagine,
okay.
hold on. There's video. If you jump on the interwebs, Google the dude's name and him shooting a gun. There's tons of videos of him online shooting a gun.
He does everything. He can like skateboard and do a whole bunch of stuff.
He's
he
not
has
a total amputee.
he
But I have-
has
no, he
no
is.
arms and
He
no
has
legs,
nubs.
but he has nubs.
Okay.
And
here's
he's
the thing.
willingly and ably could use those nubs. He's got like prosthetic feet and stuff, but he has
Okay,
to shoot with two hands. So he clearly had two hands to shoot.
Well, Tesla can drive for you, sort of.
No, he doesn't have hands.
He
He
has
doesn't have-
nubs.
Right.
So
Now, what I didn't understand, because this was when I read that story, because the Reverend, I covered it for the Reverend read it this morning. What I didn't understand was what was more surprising to me was I didn't know. First of all, I didn't know there was a cornhole league. Okay,
Wild.
he was a professional cornhole player.
sponsors and
Okay.
such. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was like a thing, and I didn't even know you could play cornhole without arms and legs. And I didn't even realize that he could be considered unarmed and dangerous. That was like the most incredible. This is the second time I've heard of a quadriplegic committing murder. The other time was in Florida.
Well,
The other
here's the-
time was, yeah.
here's
So
the
I
thing.
guess- Sorry, go ahead, B-Man.
Well, here's the thing about being a quadriplegic. To be classified as a quadriplegic, it doesn't mean you have no use of four limbs.
Correct.
It means they're impaired. So quadriplegia or paraplegia is a loose definition. So in other words, so if someone says this person's quadriplegic, you can't naturally assume they can't use their four limbs.
Yeah,
Just
it's
means
not the
there's
same as
impairment.
paralyzed, right?
Right.
Yep. I just think imagine like showing up wherever it is you go after you die, and they're like, "How? All right, what happened?" They're like, "Can we not talk
Fuck.
about it?" Imagine, like
So
you couldn't outrun, like you couldn't just like outrun the dude or kick him over, like no options.
well, I
Nothing?
think they were all friends. So did he expect his friend to turn a gun on him in the car? He was in the front seat with them. Did he expect, that
I
to
expect
happen?
my friends to shoot me all the time.
Well,
and-
also maybe, but also, is your
Man.
sport even a sport if somebody can play it while they're with no arms or legs?
Have you seen Murder Ball? Well, yeah, his sport is not, but have you seen Murder Ball?
Yeah, that's fucked
Have you seen
up.
that movie?
You should watch
I think 25 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. How come you don't play Murder Ball?
it. He's afraid of getting hurt.
No. Here's the thing. One, you have to have a specialized wheelchair to play that, and two, the closest place I think is Fort Wayne, but I don't have the specialty chair. I can't even get new wheels for my wheelchair, let alone that.
Your provider sucks.
Yeah,
That's
it's horrible.
true.
I'm still waiting for Medicare to approve. They won't let me pay cash for my wheelchair wheels because I have
Stupid.
Medicaid,
Mm.
Medicare.
Anyway.
So he's being
Well, nobody feels
charged.
bad for you.
No.
Okay.
He's being charged with first and second degree murder. And the funny part that I thought was funny is he asked the people in the back seat to help him get rid of the body. Like, because he couldn't they didn't. No, they got out and ran.
That's what I was wondering about. I was wondering who helped him with the body.
He must have shoved it out or something at some point,
grabbed it with his teeth and just
Nubbins.
something. Yeah, at first
hit the worm.
those two that were in the back seat said that he asked them to help him get rid of the body, but they wouldn't do it, so they got out and ran.
I think there's a setting on the Tesla
Just get rid of the body.
that that just says eject Jews, and it doesn't know if the person is really not Jewish, and so he, because he probably just hit that button. And
Just so you know, that setting is also for ejecting the blacks. It's not just
ejecting
the Jews.
blacks, Jews, and spics.
Yeah,
Anybody who's not white privilege. Yeah.
Right, just ejecting non-white South Africans or something. Anyone who's not a white South African, it just ejects.
Apparently, white privilege stops at the stairs too. So,
But apparently you can have white privilege with no arms and no legs still. It's fine.
This guy's probably not. They're probably going to let him out. Like, oh, you were under.
well, he's not
duress.
really a danger. Just put him on house arrest. And
Take his
lock
shit
him
away, man.
Well, they can't put handcuffs on him because there's nothing to.
I would seriously, though. I mean, like, this is why I'm not in charge of punishment, because I would take away all of his prosthetics, and then I would
He
put
doesn't
him.
have any.
Then I would put him on a piss pad in the middle of a room and just throw down some Cheerios.
There was a movie, I think it was called The Box. It was Cheryl Lynn. Let me see. The movie's called The Box. And it's about this guy who has this woman and he loves her so much he eventually just cuts off her arms and legs so she fits into a box.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Sherilyn Flynn or something was in that movie.
Disturbed, but
Duh.
probably made
duh.
from truth a little bit. Sadly, it's scary.
Let's see here.
Not as
Movie.
scary as Tusk, though. Tusk is horrifying.
Yeah, that one's pretty disturbing too.
It's
Oh, that's not right.
finally getting a cult following, I guess.
How old is
That's
that
too
movie?
late.
It's like 20 years old, probably.
No. Can't be
15
that.
years old? I don't
I
know.
was in high school when that came out.
Well, I mean, it's been out like 10 years. So
Okay, well, that's
10
not 20
some-
years.
Well, and then while he was in school, it came out. So probably 15 years.
I
I don't know. I don't know these things.
don't know.
Time flies.
Anyway, now we are at very boring.
We are very boring. Mm-hmm.
Let me talk about the show.
Yes,
again.
talk about the
Spotlight on
show.
Insanity, April 4th, 2026, Grand Rapids, Michigan, at the Wealthy Theater. Show starts at 7:30 p.m. You can get tickets at thewealthytheater.com. You can also stream it on Plausible if you're not in the area and you want to watch the show. It's going to be really fucking good. Let me tell you how it's going to go down.
Tell us how it's going to go
I'm
down.
going to oil myself up. No,
You look like you're covered in jizz and baby oil. Keep
yeah,
going.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get covered in jizz and baby oil. It's going to be my jizz, though.
I was going to say, who's
My
jizz?
jizz.
'Cause that'd be gross.
My jizz.
Okay.
Triphausen brand.
No.
No. That's got diseases.
You
It's
are
yucky.
jizzed.
That's got
Anyway.
that's got the HIV, and I don't want that.
I do not have the HIV. Take that back, you son of a bitch.
No.
That's a terrible rumor to spread.
ooh. Would you rather be a pedophile or have the HIV? Which you prefer?
HIV.
You can take pills for that. I don't think there's a pill for pedophilia.
There is a pill for pedophilia, but it comes
It's
in
called
called the roofie.
cyanide.
Yeah.
It comes in
There's a
metric
pill for
normally, 9
pedophilia. It's called the
millimeter.
roofie. Yeah.
Yeah, 45.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
not metric. That's
Yeah. Anyway, hosted by the improv team of Haphazard,
Whoop,
Sean
whoop.
Francis, and
Some guy, some other person.
I don't think it's.
I don't
It's a
even
chick.
know. It's a chick.
It's a
yeah.
chickaroo.
Yeah, and then I am going to open the show hard with some disturbing comedy that only I can do.
Mhm, mhm.
Top notch, hilarious thinker jokes. Not that shit that Steven and Nolan do. My shit's real structure, real jokes. Anyway, no offense to Steven and Nolan.
Hmm.
Oh, no offense taken.
No offense, guys.
And then what happened?
And then the improv team is going to come out and try to do improv about my set.
Well, not the whole set, just what it was just some bits and pieces.
Just some bits and pieces. And then Krista Wright will come out and do her set.
Krista Wright, whoop whoop.
She's going to come out looking all cute.
She's cute.
She's
She's
cute.
from
Stay away
Grand
from her,
Rapids.
Steven.
Steven?
No promises.
Stay away from your disgusting load that should have been freaking flushed down the
Listen, I
toilet.
don't know
Ooh.
how I do what I do. I don't see it.
You just stay away from her.
I can't help it if she comes near me.
She's
though.
not going to. You stay away from her, but you can't get close to her. You know why?
Why?
Because she's a redhead.
And two redheads together are bad?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this, but redheads, female redheads.
Oh, they have pheromones?
Will you shut the fuck up?
No.
Female redheads do, I guess the word is express, a scent that targets our senses and makes us attracted to them. And that's what happens with female redheads. Whereas
Is
male
it in the hair
redheads,
color?
whereas
Is it like
male
in the hair color?
I don't know. Whereas male redheads are an abomination and should burn in hell.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not a redhead. I'm only a half ginger. Thank you.
Your face is all gingery,
half.
and you're
My
pink,
face?
and you're pink.
No.
You're
First-
pink.
First
Look at
of all, I
yourself.
can't help my shitty camera right now. Two,
We've
only my
seen you in
facial hair is
person.
red. My head hair is blonde.
You're still a ginger. That still makes you a ginger.
I'm
Your
half
facial hair is red.
ginger.
And you shave your pubes because they're also red? And you're embarrassed by
They
them.
are red, but I'm not embarrassed by them. No, I
Okay,
just
then
don't-
you're a fucking ginger.
I'm half. My arm hair is not red.
Oh, Tommy, I'm half ginger, Tommy. You don't know anything about me, Tommy. My ass hair is half red, Tommy.
I appreciate the fact that you have enough mild faith in my abilities to tell me to stay away from your talent.
No, I don't have any faith in it. I just think in general, people should stay away from her.
He's protective
Now I don't.
of
Now
her.
it almost feels like a mission. Now I almost feel like I have to.
Now it's
Right.
feel like I have to take a
Beaveman,
bet
you're
on whether or
invited
not
to the
Steven
wedding.
can- I don't like to bet on things
Oh,
like that.
speaking of failed marriages, I got my divorce papers in the mail today, and you want to know what the coolest thing is? My
Did-
best friend is on my marriage certificate, and he was the notary on my divorce papers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
pretty dope.
it's actually not though, because you should be blaming him for your marriage.
Yeah, for not
You're like,
telling
what the
you.
fuck, dude?
No, he totally did. That's why
Oh,
now anyone I date, if he has any reason to not like the person, they're gone. Because I've ignored every time he's pointed out red flags in the past, and I've grown and I've learned I don't need a woman, and if I'm gonna have one, I'm gonna get the one that's right. And so I'm not really
enjoyable.
pushy about it. So
What
it's
you're
just
saying?
yeah.
That I don't need a woman.
I
I'm
just
going to
don't.
disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with that. This boy, since we've known him, just latches onto women immediately. He can't be alone.
No, not true.
He is
I just
very
don't like
codependent.
masturbating.
He's codependent, and then he immediately falls in love too. He dates someone for a day, and he's like,
He does pretty crazy.
Oh, I really want to be with this woman, Tommy.
No,
I want to marry this woman, Tommy.
I am not.
I want to watch her children, Tommy. I want to do her laundry, Tommy.
I'm going to take her last name.
What's your last name, Tommy?
I need a new last name.
I do need a new last name, but I'm not taking somebody else. I'm not taking somebody that I'm going to marry. No.
What's wrong
Driphausen.
with Drippy? What can't you use Drippy?
Striphausen.
Stephen
I
Drippy.
thought about making a drip house, and it sounds kind of cool, to be
I mean,
honest.
it's better than some of your choices that
and
you
imagine,
kicked
and here's the thing,
around.
my boss fucking hates the Drippy Steve name. She hears it, immediately starts getting nauseous because she knows who I am, and
Well,
My
your boss
brother
should know who
dated-
you are. Your boss.
my
should
brother
know who you are.
said my brother didn't set the best example of who I am because he told him about all I was always the fun stories he would tell at work, and then all of a sudden I work there. So she heard the name Drippy and just was like, no, I don't want to hear it. So if I had to force her to call me Steven Driphausen, that
I think
just
you
for the
should
bit,
make it instead of Driphausen, it should be the Driphausen,
The Drip
like the
Housen.
DE, capital D. So capital D, little e, capital D. The Driphausen. Steven,
The Drip Housen.
the Driphausen.
That makes
could
it sound
work.
so cultured.
It does sound
But it's
cultured,
not.
It's Javon.
like staph infection.
Oh,
boy.
man. Well, that was a really boring podcast, and that was our goal.
Yes. We've succeeded.
We have.
Watch this one get the most views.
I do want to point out, though, that once again, that Steven cannot be without a woman.
It's okay.
Oh my god, dude, you don't even understand. I don't even see my girlfriend that often. I see her once a week.
Well, it's
but
here
that
once a
doesn't
week,
mean-
Tommy.
But in concept, she's still there. Okay.
Yeah, you still have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Not being without one at all would be like the period between when I was between wives. I didn't.
Well,
have
the
a
problem
girlfriend.
is I'm not codependent on the company per se. I'm codependent on the not having to make myself come. So I'd rather not catch something. So if I can be with just one person consistently, that's preferred over.
Well, you're cool with catching jizz on your face.
No, absolutely
well,
not. Absolutely
Preferred on your
What
ass
about
crack?
the videos I saw?
Yeah, not me.
Preferred on your low back?
Like
I don't like jizz on me at all anywhere.
Is that why you put
Or
the
in
saran
me.
wrap on your chest?
I mean, I feel like
Oh,
if
that's
it's
for the Duke.
yours,
That'd
it's
be a lot of
fine.
work.
That's for the Duke, for someone to drop a load on his chest.
Ew, that's fucking gross.
But
That's
you're okay
disgusting.
with pee-pee play.
No, I'm not.
Who said that?
He did. He likes the squirters.
He's one of
That's
those people who
it.
doesn't think that that's pee, which it is.
No, I'm one of those people that
No.
understands that it's primarily pee related, but
100%
just-
pee.
it's right.
It's 100% pee.
The girl I'm dating now doesn't squirt. It's not
That's
a huge
good,
deal.
because I would be like, if I was ever with a girl who did it, I'd be like, you literally just pissed my bed.
Well, because
the fuck
I mean,
out.
it's not like it's something I go after. It's just if it's a thing that happens, cool, and if not, okay.
Swan, at what point in time did people decide it was okay to be incontinent during sex?
I don't know.
Probably
It's
around the time of internet porn.
Stupid.
I mean, it was
I
probably
guess-
just an excuse because you have weak bladder muscles that it's fine. And then someone was like, yeah, it's cool. No.
Mm.
I guess some people it's like a badge of honor, kind of like when you get somebody to tap out, you know.
You might be right on that, because the first women who did it, they're like, this idiot let me piss all over him. And I told him
It's
I was
probably a running
and I told him
joke,
I was
yeah.
a squirter. Yeah, it's well known among the women. They're like,
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
yeah,
on
Swan,
that.
you're just not part of that group. They didn't fill you in because you hate women.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she
Probably.
missed the meeting.
Yeah,
I-
just meeting, maybe.
Yeah.
Way to miss the meeting, Swan.
Moving beyond Krista. Then after Krista's done, Haphazard will come back out. They'll do their thing. And then the main event, GD Fenderson will come out and do a tight 4 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up and be done.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
A real tight 4.
Type 4. Mm-hmm.
Hours.
4 hours. While GD's on. During that time, we'll be able to watch a full-length movie.
Me and Krista's gonna disappear into a closet.
No. I will go and I'll put my name
Beef,
for a
Don't be
reservation.
a cock block.
I'll put my name down for a reservation at a fancy restaurant, and then I'll wait an hour, get my table, eat, come back. GD will still be doing his set.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be just coming out of the closet.
I'll be doing my introduction.
Now, for part 4.
Part 4 of how I got the name GD.
Now, some thinks it's my initials, and it is, but the story's much deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take you back to the American Revolution.
It'll take you back to 1968 when I got my Social Security card. And I signed it Glenn D. Fenderson. Do y'all still have your Social Security card, your first one?
Yes. That's the only one that I have.
Or some people lose them and they get like duplicates.
Mhm.
There literally is no point to having a Social Security card.
Mm.
Everybody has
Well,
your
it's
shit.
not. My question for those people who insist that it's a form of ID is how do they get away with it? Because it says right on the card, this is not a form of ID.
They're working with people that are equally dumb, probably, because like you come into our bank, absolutely not.
It also says that it's not your property, doesn't it? Doesn't it say that on the card too?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. I don't know.
Because you're not supposed to laminate it.
Yeah, I've had it since I was like 11.
I think I got mine when I was 8 or 9.
Yeah. Still same stupid signature on it. Doesn't even look like my signature because my signature is horrible. Now, this is the kind of boring stuff that really...
I'm gonna put it out there for Krista that I'll protect her.
I'll protect you.
Because, I am the
Shut
boner
up.
killer.
It's not even.
I'm the boner killer, and I can handle this for you. I got you, Krista. It's fine.
She's only a boner killer if it's not 2 dudes.
I can kill all boners.
She kills all boners, dude.
Killer of fun.
She kills...
I don't even want my dog having sex.
Well, I don't want your dog having sex either.
Yeah. Doggy daycare called because the dogs were showing interest in my dog. That's disgusting. Don't let my dog get raped at daycare. It's nasty.
That's right. It's supposed to be an island with a bunch of billionaires.
Okay, GD. We don't need to know what you do in your spare time.
Anyway.
I'm not a billionaire. I don't have an island.
Yeah.
So,
I'm barely a thousandaire.
don't worry, Krista. I got you.
No, I got her.
I got you, baby.
No.
Just
You
kidding.
sick fuck. Also, by the way, thank you, work, for making me work 2 weekends in a row. I got the short straw.
Yay,
So
work.
I work the day of the show and the following day.
That's so nice of them.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, speaking of show, I want to ask you real quick. I'm thinking I'm gonna arrive there Friday, like probably get there around 4 or so. Is there a mic or something that we could do that evening, or no?
On Friday?
I asked you first.
Only if it's in Kalamazoo. She does it the first Friday, right?
I don't know. We can find out for you, though.
We'll find out.
We can
If-
check it out.
If you want to head down the road to where we live, maybe there's a good possibility. There's a pretty
Okay.
good. There's a pretty good mic in Kalamazoo that our friend runs, Sammy McCrory, called Brewery Outre. Comedy at Brewery Outre, and if she does have it that Friday, that would be what I would say to do.
Okay.
For
Cool.
Sure. But yeah, we can find out. I don't think anybody
All
else
right.
has one. Most of the
That
time
would be the
shows are
first Friday.
most of the time shows are on Fridays.
Yeah, some places have like open mics after shows.
Detroit does. But I don't
No.
think anybody else does that I know of. Not on
I know
Friday.
there's a couple of places around here that do open mics after the Saturday night show.
Gotcha. The big place in Grand Rapids, one of the places that's a comedy club, is Dr. Grin's, and they do the first people on are the openers. That's an open mic, and then they have the actual opener and the headliner, which is kind of cool
Right.
because I didn't know they did it that way, and I got to be on. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah, I've seen those before too. I've seen those.
We each got 3 minutes, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It was fun.
yeah. I've been to
I haven't done that
places like
forever.
that.
I would
I
like to
don't
do
like
that
that.
again. I should do that again. I should
Yeah.
ask if I can do that. It's a long wait list. Anyway, what else you got, Swan? What the fuck are you doing? Stop fucking around.
I was
Stop looking at
looking
your
up
phone.
the Brewery Outre.
You can do that later.
If
You
they
got the
had a
fucking
show.
ADD, man.
I do have the ADD. I'm on medication.
It's working great.
So,
All right.
Fine.
Well, that's it for me. Again, guys, check out the show. I believe we have everything up on the website. If not, I will double check. Swan needs to really start boosting those posts. She needs to be posting a lot, getting that shit out there. Did you talk to Brian B about being
Yeah,
on his
they don't.
radio show?
His show only does music. So
Fuck
he
that.
doesn't
Oh,
interview-
okay, whatever. That's fine.
He only they don't do people things on there.
Gay.
Just
Gay.
music.
Alrighty. Well, we tried.
yeah.
we'll find some more things.
I
Yeah.
assume that there's going to be quite a big audience of improv fans. That's what I'm guessing. Just like Swan said.
Okay.
Because I'm sure that Sean has probably been promoting a lot of it at Comedy Outlet Project.
Okay.
So I will ruin a bunch of improv people. That's my plan. Oh. All right. Well, that's it for me. I am the Beaveman. That's all I've got coming up. I need to get my ass writing. And of course, the podcast is doing really well. So let me do some shout outs to, of course, the United States. We are, of course, on the improv subcategory of comedy in the United States on Apple Podcasts. I think we were like number 50 something. It's pretty fucking
Dope.
good. Yeah. I can actually probably pull up the stats right now while everybody's here listening, but I will talk to hear myself talk.
Talk to hear yourself talk.
Oh, I could just say, look, I'm the guest, right? I'm the guest. I'm not here all the time. So if you want to follow me, the best place is just to go to my website, sogdfunny.com. And everything you need to know about me is somewhere on that website.
It is finally now a secure website.
It doesn't take
It
you
is
to a
secure
porn
website,
link.
yes.
We're number 47.
We are number 47
Hell
for
yeah.
Improv Podcasts on Apple Podcasts. That is very good. Very good, guys. So check us out. We are number 95 in Norway overall for all of their podcasts on Apple.
Whoop, whoop, go Norway.
We are number 2 in Comedy Improv, being beaten by
Papaya.
Papaya is still beating the ever living shit out of us. We are
Okay,
number
Papaya,
14.
You deserve it.
We are number 14 in comedy overall, 3 behind Papaya.
But we're above Joe Rogan.
But we beat Joe Rogan, who is number 15. We are number 14. We are 1 above Joe Rogan in Norway. Thank you, Norway.
Thank you,
And let's
Norway.
see, we're also on the charts in Mexico. Thank you, Mexico.
We're on the charts in Hong Kong.
That's cool.
That's
Hong
pretty
Kong
dope.
And in India. All right. Awesome.
All right.
Very cool. Thank you all so much for listening to us. Reach out to us. Follow us at Slaptail Squad. Email us, slaptailsquad@gmail.com. That's the best way actually to get a hold of me or to message me through the website because I don't like social media. That is now Swan's total job. I will go on there and post how my hair growth is going.
I saw that. Yeah.
That's about it.
So how long are you going to let it grow out?
I don't know. Haircuts.
Now, when you let it grow out, does it piss off members of your family?
None of them have seen me since. Well, my mom saw me and my dad saw me recently. My dad didn't say anything. And my mom said, "Oh, you look like
Your little brother.
your little brother." I'm like, "No, he would look like me because he's the little brother." Anyway, whatever.
Oh, that's true. Now, so where do you get your hair from in the sense that you have hair like your dad, your mom?
Oh,
Does your
no.
dad still have a full head?
My dad has had a
hair?
comb over since he was like 25,
Oh,
26.
His dad has very thin, like fine blonde hair that's gray now. His mother has his dark, thick hair.
Yeah. My dad was
Oh.
a full blonde. My dad was blonde at one point.
like a Nazi blonde or?
Like literally like white blonde. His hair was that blonde.
Wow.
That's how blonde my hair was as a kid.
Oh, okay, yeah. For people just listening, that's Drippy Steve. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody's
Drippy
even
Steve.
talking to him. We
No,
weren't even
that is-
talking to you.
That is
No.
Steven.
Wow.
That is
No,
Steve. Steve. De Driphausen.
The Driphausen.
De Driphausen.
To Driphausen.
See, Steven wants the spotlight on the Insanity Show to do well in Grand Rapids because if it does, we're going to do it in his neck of the woods.
Oh, in a cornfield. Nice.
Mm,
yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah.
Cool.
taking
Yeah,
it
that's
around the
my-
world.
That's going to be my format for when I try to produce shows on the road.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anytime
Yeah.
it's true that I don't care for improv, but if you combine the shows, that's a pretty good. I mean, whichever one is heavy. If I was going to combine improv and comedy, I'd make it comedy heavy. Some people make it improv heavy. Whatever.
But this isn't heavy. This is like equally heavy.
I don't think so. Don't you find that it's more comedy heavy?
I don't know.
I mean, how many minutes are they going to do between? They shouldn't do more than like 5 minutes.
Right. They'll do 5 between.
Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
So it's comedy heavy. Well, I mean, then we would have to count you as comedy. So
Maybe it's like equally dispersed between
That's what I
comedy,
said. Equally. I
comedy,
called it-
improv, and humorist.
humorism.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's equidistant. It's got like all three. It's got all 3 basic elements of comedy: improv, comedy, and humor.
Okay. All right. Whatever you say.
Yeah. It's
All right,
got
well-
something for everyone.
All right. Well, anyway, that's it for me. I'd like to thank GD for being here. I'd like to
Thank you for having me,
I'd like to
man.
thank Steven for nothing.
Hiyo.
And
Oh, yeah.
And
Thank
maybe,
you, Swan. It's always a pleasure to deal with you.
Oh,
have me in
look,
your
just
company.
me. Just me. Everyone
Yeah,
else
it's always a
sucks.
pleasure to be in your company.
Bye from the Swan.
Bye.
God